Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's webinar. Apologies for starting this a little bit late. It was due to some network issues, but I think we are over with that now. Yeah, today we're talking about facilities management, especially facilities management industry. What's next? What's new? I hope you can see my screen. We have about few people that have joined us. We'll be expecting the others to join us soon. My name is Olumide Aino. I'm the founder of FmTalk360, where we talk about facilities management and how we can improve the built environment. Yeah, our presentation logistics is in 4 categories. We'll be taking 1 or 2 polls throughout this webinar. We're having question and answer section, and this PowerPoint is being recorded. The webinar is being recorded, so you have access to the PowerPoint on our website, www.fmtalk360.com, and we appreciate your participation. Good thanks to our sponsors, BIFM Nigeria, IFMA, Abuja chapter, AutoGeek, CodeUp, and Filmo Facilities Management for supporting us in our first webinar in facilities management. We appreciate you guys for helping to propagate facilities management in Nigeria, in Africa, globally, to have a voice in terms of managing our infrastructures and the built environment, so that all our resources will not be eroded away. Our learning objectives they are simple. We'll be looking at four different areas. We'll be highlighting the current trends in facilities management and how it is shaping the built environment in terms of improving the workplace. We'll be looking at how facility management as a profession can be utilized to improve an organization's bottom line. Also, we'll be drawing our attention to the roles the facility management associations and institutions are playing to add value to the profession through research and development. We'll also highlight the future opportunities available in the FM industry that will influence the way people live, work, and play. Now that's my biography there. Talk about myself. Currently, I'm the Vice Chair, British Institute of Facilities Management, Nigeria, Abuja, to be specific. And currently, I'm also on the 4-member committee representing Nigeria in the ISO TC267 FM Technical Committee for the ISO standards, which is currently being worked upon now. This has been ongoing for the past 3 years, and we hope to have a standard in FM so that there can be standardization everywhere in the world. People can be guided to have positive effects on quality and good deliverables too. And also part of IFMA FMCC, Facility Management Consultancy Council, to see how we can consult for global FM companies to influence the way they do their business, to make sure that it's being done appropriately. Okay, now before we look at what's new and what's next in facilities management, we need to talk about what is facilities management, what is it all about. There are several definitions about facilities management across the globe based on different institutions, based on uniqueness in terms of culture, country, continent. And we have 4 main definitions there which we have tried to identify. And one of it is from IFMA, International Facilities Management Association, which define FM as a profession that encompasses multiple disciplines to ensure functionality of the built environment by integrating people, place, process, and technology. BIFM is the British Institute of Facilities Managers in the UK, define FM as the integration of multidisciplinary activities within the built environment and the management of their impact upon people and the workplace. Also, European Facility Management Association define FM as the integration of process within an organization to maintain and develop the agreed services which support and improve the effectiveness of its primary activities. And here in Africa, we have the SAFMA, South African Facility Management Association, define FM as an enabler of sustainable enterprise performance through the whole life management of productive workplaces and effective business support. Now, if you look at all these four definitions, something is very common in definition, and is about the workplace, the process, the people, talk about improving efficiencies, talk about support, talk about affecting the built environment positively. And that is a fundamental of facilities management. If what you are doing in your office, in your home, in your institution is not adding value to the built environment, is not adding value to your workplace, is not adding value to your product line, to your services, to your core objectives of your organization, then it's not FM. If it's not making your people to be productive, if it's not ensuring to improve the performance of your facility, the performance of your assets, the performance of your utilities, if people are not getting value for money from your service provider, then it is not FM. I think that will be something else. That is not FM. Now, the key areas of FM, which we touch based on the definitions, they are the people, the place, the process, the technology, and that gives us a robust meaning and understanding of facilities management. It's the integration of these four key areas, putting them together to give a clearer understanding of what FM. They interplay all these areas, the people who are the players on the field, the place who is the playing field. Take for example, you are playing the game of soccer or football as they call it in some other countries. The players make up a team, and the place where they play their game is on the playing field. And if that playing field is not conducive for them, they will not perform. And there is a process, and that process is you have to kick the ball. The process is there is a referee guiding the game. There is a referee ensuring that the game is being performed based on guiding principles. The referee also ensures that the players in both teams are following the rules of the game. So there's a process, there are actions that need to be taken so that the people and the playing field are synchronized, and the people who are actually playing the football are comfortable to deliver as a window. And also, technology is a means, is a tool to ensure that the people, they are in sync with the place, and also the process is very much enabled for the people to perform their work as a window. Now, interestingly, FM is really evolving, especially in this part of the world, in Africa, especially in Nigeria. A lot of things are happening in the world of FM, and FM is shaping the way people live, work, and play. It's transforming businesses, is optimizing performance, is ensuring that cost strategies are at the end of the day achieved, is ensuring that processes are improved for much more efficient and effective workplace. Now, there's been a lot of research going on around the continent. We are going to be talking about each of all these researches and their key inputs and also the lesson learned and the reports from this research to see what is happening now in the world of facilities management and what to expect in the next 5 to 10 years to come. Now, there was a kind of research carried out by the British Institute of Facilities Management, Nigerian region, to see what is actually happening in the facility management industry in Nigeria. And these were conducted just last year, and it was quite revealing. It says the practice of FM Nigeria seems fair and fast developing because recently the government seems to be buying the idea of investing in facilities management. You see some agencies in some states already have a department that's coordinating the activities of other neighboring ministries around them in terms of managing the built environment. This is a laudable action by the key makers, by decision makers in the country. And according to the report, most blue chip companies and state government now have FM departments, and people are getting to know the functions and importance of facilities management. And that's why we are here. That's why FM Talk was institutionalized, because we want to break the edge. We want to bridge the gap. We want to ensure that people are aware of what FM is. Facilities management is a profession, and a profession that can add value to your workplace, that can add value to what you do, that can improve your productivity in the workplace. So the more knowledge you have and applying those knowledge, those ideas that will provide for you, the better for your business. FM focuses on the non-core area. That is why in South Africa now, they outsource more of their non-core areas to professionals so that they can focus on the core areas. The professionals that can help them to manage their energy usage, that can help them to reduce waste, that can help them to ensure that even waste are recycled to generate energy, to be used as recyclable materials, so that all their resources, their profits will not go down the drain. Now, in Nigeria, again, the research report shows that about 57% FM professionals describe the sector's business environment in positive terms, while 14% are of the view that it remains poor. So it's a leap. It's a leap. 57% of FM professionals can say FM is evolving, is solving problems, is changing the outlook of the business environment. Then Nigerian facility managers, they are moving from point A to point B. Now, in the continuation of the research reports, there were a lot of optimism based on the output that in the next 12 months, there's going to be a remarkable change. Say 84% of FM professionals are of the opinion that the industry will do better, as opposed to just 1% that says no, it's going to deteriorate. So we are championing this campaign. We are advocating that facilities management is one of the key professions that can turn the destiny of Nigeria economy around. If the government can key into this profession, can allow this profession to be really, really institutionalized in the country, just like Obama did by passing the law that each building must have an asset manager, must have a facility manager to take care of it. It means more professionals will be trained, capacity will be developed, and it will turn around the fortune of this country. I believe so, and that's why we are campaigning every day, talking about it, giving out webinars, writing articles, having our talk show on our radio on Nigerian Info 95.1 Abuja, where we talk about FM, and we feel that we can reach out to the top leaders so that this change we are talking about can be a reality. In South Africa, there was also a research that was conducted by SAFMA. And the same thing that happened in Nigeria, it was quite revealing again. SAFMA employed Sullivan and Frost to carry out the research, while in Nigeria, BIFM employed Business Day Online to carry out the research for them. Said a market-related survey was conducted to look at the future of facilities management in South Africa. Meanwhile, Frost and Sullivan in UK have just released their research review for the future of facilities management. And they said a new era of service integration, energy management, business productivity, smart technology, and internalization begins in FM. I'm quite optimistic that Africa, which seems to be lagging behind, will pull forth. Now the Pacific, the Asians, the UAEs, the North Americans, the South Americans seems to be ahead because they've understood clearly the benefits of investing in facilities management. The global facility management market is poised for a major transformation in the next 5 years. These are part of their forecast based on the research work, and they said that in 2025 that there's going to be a great outlook for the market in 2025. They said there's future of competition, market share evolution, service integration strategies, competition trends, the impact of technology, the future of the workplace, and the market outlook for major regions. These were the areas they focused on, mainly for North Africa, Europe, Asia Pacific, Africa, and the rest of the world. Now they look at the labor force. They said there's an increased influence from women, millennials, and older workforce. We have different service requirements for the employees of today. There will be a more mobile, flexible workplace. We need to be supported in complex and varied settings. Now space is very expensive. A lot of organizations are finding ways, looking for ways to reduce space because it's very expensive, and to make their workplace flexible, that their staff, their employees can work from home and still maintain the highest quality, meet their SLAs, meet the demands and exceed the expectations of clients, and also see to it that the value proposition that they have promised the clients are achieved. They also found out that there will be a drop in 17% in office space by 2020 and 15% fewer desks per worker. Well, this may spell a doom for the furniture industry, but I know they are also thinking now to find solutions to it. Because if there are fewer space, the demand for furniture will reduce, demand for electronics will reduce, demand for energy will reduce in commercial buildings, and that could also affect other sectors. But I believe Rome was not built in a day. They will also be considering the impact of a change in one profession on their own business to move forward. Now, the workplace technology cannot be overemphasized. Like the webinar we are having here wouldn't have been possible 10 years ago, where people will be scrambling to buy tickets, to go for an event, to travel abroad, to go and attend conferences in facilities management. Whereas they can have this at the comfort of their offices, as well as under my voice right now, listening to this conversation, to this webinar, to see that the technology has a huge impact in the workplace and as an enabler in online collaboration and also in cost reduction too. Now, these are some of their key findings. The convergence of FM services, property management, and energy management is a key driver of the acceleration of service integration and growth in integrated facilities management. Future skill requirements means that partnership, collaboration, and mergers and acquisition will become more commonplace. Accordingly, consolidation will accelerate. Also, in the more developed markets such as Europe and North America, FM services are being commoditized rapidly. seeing it as a normal thing, not really seeing the uniqueness that is in FM anymore. Therefore, suppliers need to be more innovative to maintain margins and growth. For example, a place there in Africa, in Nigeria, whereby there is free entry to this business, anybody can start his FM company, ABC company, XYZ company. It's not standardized, there's no control, there's no enforcement, so everybody can practice the way they like. So it is a market of buyer's choice. Buyers have more capability, they have more power than the suppliers because there is a whole lot of suppliers available on the shelf where they can pick up from. So it's a major concern, as is happening in Europe and North America, is a major concern in Africa, especially in Nigeria. We are quacks. I've seen it as an opportunity to delve into this fantastic profession and make mess of it. Therefore, we have to continue with the campaign and the awareness that facilities management is not for any half-baked proclaimed service provider, is for core professionals that are well trained and well educated so that they can influence the built environment positively. Now, another research took place in Australia in 2011. An estimated 7 million square meters of office space were occupied by different government tenants across all levels. Around 60% of facilities management services are outsourced and 38% are provided by in-house staff. This is a far cry in Nigeria. The reverse is the case. About 20 to 25% of facilities management services are outsourced and the rest are still going through the insourcing process. And that's why our economy is being affected, because the government invests so much, so huge amount of money in infrastructural development, but zero amount of funds in managing the infrastructures. That's why a lot of people claim that we don't have maintenance culture. I beg to differ. Nigerians have maintenance culture, but they don't have the right education in facilities management. Now, going by the revelations in Australia, also there are some key drivers that were so obvious based on the report, that the trend to further outsource facility management service, either as bundled or integrated services, drives the development of facility management service in government institutions. And this is very significant in Australia, because they currently manage 68% of government facilities. They are under FM services, they are outsourced. It's a great leap. The resources of this country, I'm sure, will very managed, because FM will be effective because it is also institutionalized. Now we'll go to the research report in the UK, which BIFM conducted, and also the UK sector. They found out that 70% describe the facilities management business environment as positive or very positive, and over half actually expect to improve over the next 12 months, while only 4% believe it will deteriorate. Now, this sector is one of the most critical sectors that creates jobs for people, because it is multidisciplinary. It is related to engineering, it is related to architecture, it is related to surveying, it is related to building technology, it is related even to law, to property management, it is related to business and finance, related to project management, quality, health and safety, business continuity, communication, technology. So all these 11 competencies are, as identified by IFMA, are required for a competent facility manager, for someone to be declared or ascribed as a competent facility manager. So it creates jobs and it helps businesses to have enough turnover. The research here also highlighted the role of the sector in promoting social mobility and offering training and rules into employment for young people, with 47% of respondents stating that they are currently hiring apprentices. And the more apprentices they hire, the more capability they will develop, especially the millennials. I call on the veterans, the baby boomers, the Generation X and Generation Y to come out in numbers to build the economy, especially in Nigeria, to train and retrain millennials to have apprentices come into the organization so that they can build the nation, so that this knowledge can be shared, can be increased, capability can be developed, just as the way UK, Australia, South Africa, North America, the UAE, the Pacific Asians are doing right now. That is why there has been a significant change in their fortune and their destiny up to date. 30, 40 years ago, Singapore was a crime-infested country. There was nothing going on. Their infrastructure was zero, but they made up their mind. They decided that they were going to transform their fortune, and they made some critical decisions. Now, the same for the global FM market. The revenue for FM 2011 was $64 billion, and in 2017, it's been estimated to reach like $76 billion, to tell you how much income can be generated due to this global outsourced FM market around the world. Now, Frost and Sullivan also believe more mature markets of North America and Europe will still account for more than 2/3 of global IFM revenues in 2017. The demand for further cost savings and single contract solution will continue to drive the service integration in mature markets. I believe that with this, a lot of infrastructure development going on in Africa, in the UAE, it will transform the fortunes of so many countries. Now, what is next in FM globally? FM will move to a focus on business productivity and value proposition as suppliers seeks to maximize client value. FM will widen its scope as anything as a service, as a software as a service business model. Enabling technology will accelerate growth in remote real-time services. Sustainability will continue to grow as an area of competitive advantage for corporate clients. Energy management services will represent one of the fastest growing service sector in the world. There will be performance contract models will proliferate as solutions move to guarantee outcomes. Cloud services for real-time asset management will be driven by connectivity, Internet of Things, and data analytics. Supplier will increasingly target the C-suite to stay relevant. These are the new things that are going to happen in the FM industry. Because of our time, we'll not be able to go through all this so that we can give room for questions. But this webinar is being recorded and it's going to be available on our website for free download. So if there are anyone with any question, I'll be glad to take your question before our time runs out. Any question from anybody? Okay, we would like to say a big thank you to our sponsors, IFMA Abuja Chapter, BIFM Nigeria, AutoGig, Filmo Facilities Management, and CodeUp for giving us this opportunity to continue to campaign and advocate for a professional FM service in Nigeria. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate. Just watch out on our website for the next webinar, which will be taken by the MD of Filmo Facilities Management Limited, Larry Mojola, and he's going to be talking on enhancing the built environment with a robust FM strategy. You can also get in touch with us via our social media platform. on our website, on our LinkedIn page, Twitter, and Facebook. We appreciate to get a comment from you, and also to see how we can improve and deliver educational materials for you that is going to help improve your knowledge in facilities management. Thank you, and God bless.